Okay. My love. Welcome back, guys, to another Minecraft stream. We're today only building a RPG map, or at least I'm gonna try to. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but you know, it's always fun to just experiment and play in a creative world. So what I got here so far is just the basic starter stuff. I got the plan in here, and I got the basic stuff right here. You press start, and you have this cool little display. It plays a nice little tune. And then, as you see, it plays a particle and a sound effect at the same time. And then it starts playing the Minecraft forest music. Dun, 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 dun. By the way, that is actually a command block over there. I do not have music on. Because I want to customize the music that is playing in my map. And where the start of the map will start, I suppose. That is really loud. Like, is there a way to turn it down, Brad? Okay, let's stop that sound. I might need to turn that down, that sound effect down, for that music. This is the forest music. Let's see, is there a way to turn the music down? I'm just gonna do ambient at a, yeah, at a one. What? No, at P. And is there a way to turn the volume down? That is what I want to know. Master volume, record voice. Is master volume like the volume? Oh, here it is. Here's the volume. Okay, let's turn the volume down. So I'm gonna turn it to 25% of that. And let's see if this actually fixes it. Okay, so if I was to play this music right here, no, I don't really want to grab everything, so. That's not the right sound effect, bruh. Hello? Did the music not work? Let's hear the sound was played. Oh, there we go. It starts out really quiet and then gets really loud. This is the forest music. Okay, that's a little better than what I had before. Now, my idea of this map is basically it's gonna be an RPG map with parkour, fighting, and a bunch of cool redstone stuff and gizmos. I also want some beautiful map. Yes, I want a beautiful map that you can explore a little bit. Now, I don't want to make an open world map. I want to make it clear. I want a closed off map that is a little. It's fixed, but it will be really cool. Yes. So that I can customize most of the stuff. So I guess what I want to do is I want to put a tiny hill right here, and I want to make this terrain a little more rough, rugged. Okay, it's still playing loud. There's nothing I can do about this music? Being that loud? No, it's not music boxes. For some reason, the play sound music is not affected by the music tab. Maybe it's affected by player? That is so loud! I thought it would be affected by blocks, because it is a command block. Or at least no blocks. Okay, that is horrible. And I tried turning it down. Okay, so if I turn it to 5, will that turn it to way down? I mean, I don't want to turn it down that much. So it was 25 before. Doing this will turn it down by half. Yeah. Okay, let's play that one more time and test it out. It's going to be a while before that loads up, so I'm just going to continue to edit the map over here. I want to make this terrain a little bit less straightforward, because like I said, I want to make a forest at the beginning of it. And forests are not meant to be straight terrain. So I want to make it so that we are not on the same level all the time. We're constantly going up or down. Yeah, it starts out nice. The volume, it doesn't seem like the volume button's working. Is it playing at the same volume as last time? Oh, that really sucks. It's still too loud. Okay, let's turn it all the way down to 1. If that does not turn it down, I don't know. I think the volume button's broken. Okay, it's gonna take a while for that loads up again. I may just have to pick another sound effect for the music at the start. Okay, so there's rugged, rough terrain around here, and I kind of want to make it so that there's a little bit of a forced exploration part of it, where I'll force you to kind of move around the map and explore the area by, I guess, loot? I don't want to force them, actually. I want them to choose to do anything, but how do you do that without feeling forced? I mean, loot is one way, but loot isn't the most interesting way, because I feel like I prefer there to be monsters. I also don't know how I'm gonna have the monster spawning system. I need to create a monster spawning system around here. Yep, the volume button's not working. Okay, the volume right here is not changing anything for some reason. Oh, I had to change the minimum volume. I'm stupid. The minimum volume is 1, and then the maximum volume that it goes up to is 10. And then, do I have to change all of these for this to work? I'm gonna test it one more time. If that doesn't work, then I'm screwed. I did not expect it to play that sound effect, bruh. That's not the sound effect that it was supposed to play. Did I? I didn't change it. No, I didn't. So why did it play that? Did it change the pitch? Or was it just me? Maybe it's because I accidentally changed the pitch that it changed how it sounded. Well, it starts playing creepy music again. I know what I'm gonna do. So, what I want is I want different areas for the person to explore. They can choose to explore certain parts, but there will be a main area in each one of these areas. Yes, or there will be main areas, I should say. Main things that the player is supposed to go toward. Things that will attract the player's eye. Usually it will be in the middle, of course. I think that's still too loud. That's gonna be really loud. I might not have. I might actually pick not to have music within my map, and instead just use environment. Just because Minecraft music seems to be broken at the moment. I'll try that one more time with the maximum volume being 2. If that does not make it quiet, then I am done with music, bruh. No music within my map for certain parts. I'm done. I forgot to disable the music the first time. Okay, let's try again. It's changing it. Bruh, it's playing the same sound effect, but it's changing it. That is annoying. I'm playing Overworld Forest, but that sound effect seems to be multiple things. Yeah, we're not having music, so I'm gonna get rid of this music thing. We just won't have music within our map. That is so sad, bruh. I really wanted music within my map, but I guess music is just too loud in Minecraft, and the volume button thing doesn't work for some reason. Mojang, fix that. Because we need music in our maps, bruh. Music, but you can't have music without it being super loud, like, fix the volume, please. Okay, so you start out with this beautiful area with a book that has some storyline, which is optional. And you go this way. Should I get slabs? What type of slabs should I have right here? I guess I'll use this. Just so that a person can just walk up to this. So I guess right here we'll have like a castle. And we'll have some parkour within the castle. The parkour at the start is going to be really easy. And slowly the parkour throughout this map is going to get harder and harder until the end. Yes. We're also going to have to put some monsters in here. So the hardest part right now is designing the monsters and how they're going to spawn in this first area. We need them to be really pathetic and weak because the person's spawning in with nothing right now. So I guess what I could do is I could have like the weakest monsters I can find. What are some weak monsters in Minecraft? I guess we could do cave spiders or yeah, there's a lot of monsters in here that are really powerful that we don't want in our map. I could have slimes. I mean, slimes are pretty passive. I think if I was to grab custom spawn eggs, I could possibly just get slimes that are tiny. I could customize them and have a custom spawn egg of tiny slimes. Now I need to create my mechanism for spawning them in. So we need a mechanism that basically detects if the player is nearby and then spawns mobs in nearby. We could use sound. I mean, there is a mechanism called the skulk sensor. The problem with the skulk sensor is once it activates, it quits, and then it activates every time you make a sound. Which is, I guess, I don't want that mechanism. As good as that would be, it's not good. Because we want it to only activate once. We want mobs to spawn in once you are there, and only once. So I need to create a mechanism that whenever the player comes over here into this area, things will spawn in. Now, I could have a mechanism that forces them to stay in this area, if that, you know what I mean, so that they can't just go backwards and reactivate the the mechanism. So obviously we can't just spawn in all the mobs using spawn eggs at the start and expect them to come over here, see the mobs here, and wow, fight them. No. The reason why we can't do that is because there would be a million spawn how do I put it, a million mobs everywhere throughout the map, and that would lag the player like crazy. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a mechanism where once they enter this area, mobs will spawn. Once they leave the area, the mobs will die. If you know what I mean. So whenever you come here, the mobs will spawn in. Whenever you leave, the mobs will despawn. I think that makes sense. Obviously, we're going to use command blocks for this, but this is my first time building this, so I'm not sure if I can actually build something like this. How can I build a spawning mechanism that spawns them in randomly around here? I could have key spawn points, as I call them, locations where I know the player will see the monsters. So there's going to be a castle in the middle here. There's going to be parkour to get up. What the heck? Okay, for some reason, music is still playing, even though we have music. Oh. Shut up. Shut up. I did not do that. Okay. So maybe if I put I could use a tripwire hug, but that would look a bit ugly, you know what I mean? So instead, I want to add a command block that tests this for if the player is right within this radius over here. So I could have a stack of command blocks like this, and each one will detect if the player is here. And whenever the player is over here, it will close this little area will be closed. Nah, I think I'm not gonna keep it open actually. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I have no clue, bruh. I thought I could do some type of spawning mechanism, but I don't know how to do that. Let me. You know what they say? If you don't know what to do, YouTube is always a great source of inspiration. Yep. So let's find out if there's already YouTube videos off this. Minecraft custom spawning. Or maps. So let's go ahead and screen share for temporarily. And then So let's see if there's already custom spawning mechanics. Controlled mob spawning. This is from 8 years ago, so I don't know if this is the best video, but
a reliable and resettable map maker.
I really hope this video works, even though it's 8 years old. It probably won't. This is an optimized method to spawn mobs in a specific area with a tiny random element to it.
Technique which allows mobs to spawn in specific areas. So I'm playing with the resource pack turned off, so everything kind of looks a little bit funny. Gets summoned in, and I am getting ambushed very quickly. So this is actually.
Wait, I'm going back to the beginning. How does he do that?
So I don't spoil too much, but here are the different mobs that have spawned, and it's as if they were there the whole time.
Okay.
So what's happened here is that when I walk past that armor stand you saw, these guys actually get summoned in.
He's using an armor stand.
Quickly. So this is actually slightly random, but the best part about...
Okay, I think I understand what he just did there. So he's somehow testing if the player is near that armor stand. Now there's actually there's a thing in commands that basically allows you to test if something is close to something, from what I remember. It's called distance. Let me show you. So whenever I'm doing @p, as you see, you can do this. You can use these. I'm not the best with this. What do you call this? I think that's called Java script coding stuff. Basically, there's a bunch of data right here that you can input into things. Look, this is what it is. Distance to entity. He's using this thing called distance equals 5, and then you can put in a number here. And basically, this is how far something is from a entity. Entities are players, armor stands, and stuff like that. And he's like here, I think somehow he's testing for if the player is next to the armor stand. I'm interested to see how he did that.
It doesn't require any command blocks to be constantly turned on in your spawn chunks, and only really requires 2 armor stands in your area to work. So this is kind of what the area looks like before you enter. Now the redstone blocks are where the mobs actually spawn, and the armor stands are what are used
Oh,
where you are.
no. What? Okay, this guy's extremely clever. He's using redstone blocks as spawning mechanisms, like spawners. How did he do that?
So if a player in game mode 2 is within a radius of 6 of the armor stand, then it's going to set a redstone block here. Now this is going to stop it from, because it's an impulse command, it's going to stop it from running again. So what it's going to do, it's actually...
Wait, go back.
Because it's an impulse command, it's going to stop it from...
Let's go ahead and look at the first command block and see what he's doing. He's going through it really fast, like darn. So he's adding a tag to the entities. Is that what he's doing? No. I don't really know what that is, bruh.
Game mode 2 is within a radius of 6 of the armor stand, then it's going to set a redstone block.
Okay, I think I understand how. I possibly think I can make something simpler than what he's doing using what he showed me in that video. Which, what he did was extremely clever, but it can be simplified. I'm gonna simplify it, basically, to what I think I can do. Basically, I'm gonna put a redstone block underneath ground, and I'm gonna spawn the zombies within an area around here. On top of any redstone blocks, I will spawn it 1 block above, or 2 blocks above. Whenever the player gets near an armor stand, which will be underneath here. Now, each one of the entities that I spawn in will have a custom name. I want to spawn them in with a custom name. The reason why this custom name will exist is, one, it's going to look cool. The second is I will be able to kill them, just the zombies with the name, whenever the player leaves this radius around this area. So the place where we want them to spawn is right, so it only happens once, bro. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Okay, this armor stand here. So he's using an armor stand right there. Can I name that armor stand? I think you can name armor stands. The reason why I'm going to name them is so that we know, the command block knows which things we're talking about. I'm going to try to name this Spawn 1. That does not work. Can I name the armor stand just by naming the armor stand directly? Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm pretty new to commands. Yeah, that doesn't work either. I'm really dumb, but I will try to figure this out. So we need to somehow create a mechanism to spawn things in. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to have 1 redstone block for now. And 1 armor stand. So whenever they walk next to this armor stand or jump over it, over this area, mobs will spawn in once. But not only that, but it will also kill the old mobs. I think that would make sense, so that we don't endlessly spawn mobs in. Or maybe we'll just do it once. We'll have it so that this only activates once. So whenever the player jumps over this and goes within a radius of 5 around this armor stand, that should be big enough, I believe. Whenever the player reaches near the armor stand within 5 blocks, we could have a command block just, I think, using an execute command. Such execute as at E type equals armor stand. I'm really bad with commands, so I'm just pulling things out right now. And basically, this should work. And then add. So now that we have the armor stand, we also want to add a thing for distance. So if I do this, distance 5. So if it's within 5 blocks of this armor stand here, and it's, I believe this means that it's just a distance of 5 within, near the command block. Yeah. And if at P, okay, I don't know. I thought this would work, but I don't want this to work outside of a area. So it might be smarter to use something else, maybe? Is there a way to set a radius around this command block? I think there is. So if I do this, let's see, what type of things are there that it gives us? Summon, store, run, rotate, positioned, on, in, if, facing. I don't really know what all this means. Maybe if I do it at A. So if at A is near this armor stand, I need to somehow see if, what type of things are these? If entity at E type equals stand is at P, distance equals 5. I wonder if this would work. And then I can do a run, and then I can run any command block next to this. So what I'm worried about is that this will activate near other armor stands too, because I only want this armor stand to do that. Which I'm wondering, can I use tags? Okay, I can use a tag. If you don't know what a tag is, basically it's like renaming it so that the command block can understand it. It's like adding a special thing. So slash tag at E type equals armor stand. And then we're going to do a distance equals 5 so that we're only tagging this armor stand. We're going to add a tag and we're going to call this guy 1. Level spawn 1. Yeah, we're going to just call it spawn 1. No entities found? Tag at E, type equals armor stand, distance equals 5, add a spawn 1. What do you mean no entity is found, bruh? The entity is right here. Okay, it's adding it now. I don't. How do you add tags within a distance? Because I don't want to add tags in the future to things that I'm pretty new to this tagging system, so I'm not really fully understanding it fully, but I think I understand how you can use it for this. So if I add a tag with a distance, No, entities found with a distance of 5. If I just do @e and I get rid of the type, does this just allow me to add tags to entities that are within 2 blocks? No, it doesn't. Hmm. Come on, man, I want to add a tag! Tag @e5. How do you add a tag within 5 blocks? For the future, at least. I mean, I can tag this entity now, but let's just say I wanted to tag a bunch of entities. How do I tag all of these entities? I just want to add one tag to just one of these instead of all of these armor stands. So that later on I only have one of these armor stands activating the spawn mechanism, which is just this one. @e. There's also a bunch of other weird things you can do. Actually, wait. I could just. Can I give myself a armor stand with just with a tag already applied to it? Oh, there's a bunch of different things that I can do for this. Interesting. So I can already put certain things on this armor stand. These are like attributes, aren't they? A map ID? What the heck's that, bruh? Item name. I can change the name of items using this system. That's cool. What's entity data? Custom data, containers. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you can add a tag to this armor stand at the start. So I'm just gonna go ahead and watch a video on how to add a tag. How to add a tag to a specific entity so that the spawning mechanism only activates. So once I get on the armor stand, spawning will happen, but only when I use this armor stand right here. No other armor stands in the world will spawn in stuff from this area.
What if I told you that you could block all ads or get paid to see them?
Bruh.
I'm an engineer here at I, and hello. The end concept is going to come in. The command is the tag command. A tag is like a marker or, well, tag that you can put onto entities and then be able to...
Yes, I understand that. But how do you use it?
As we've learned last time, can be a selector. Tag to myself, for instance. Here is our one tag. And the final mode of the tag command will list all my tags, which in this case is only the line tag we just added. Tags are there only for us to use from commands. The game doesn't add any tags by itself. There are also no limits. We can keep adding as many tags as we want. So what are they good for? Once we've added tags to an entity, we can find that entity again by using the tag selector argument. Let's try it. /say @e tag equals line. That selects me. Note how I didn't use @a here. We're selecting entities, not only players. And still, the result is only myself, because I'm the only entity in this world with the lime tag. There are no restrictions for how many tags we can make, and there are no restrictions for how many entities can be tagged with a certain tag.
Hello.
Here, but let's use the selectors we learned last time. @e, type equals pig, limit equals 1, sort equals nearest. Add pigo. Now we have a handle on pigo.
Oh, he's using a sort equals... Wait, did he just use something that I didn't know about? He's used a sort...
Equals nearest.
Watch, sort equals nearest. You can use that? Okay, slash tag. I did not know you could do that. Sort equals nearest? How was I supposed to know you could do that, bro? Okay, so now we can tag this with spawn1 and only tag this one, which will be very handy later on. Now what we need to do is we need to make a redstone that spawns in a zombie. So now that we have this special tagging system, I should be able to use this to spawn things in, hopefully. So now I have to figure out how to do that. Now that we got our special tag called spawn1. So I'm going to copy that. I need to test for, is there a test for command in Java? No, there isn't. So, slash execute, we need to execute as at e type equals armor stand tag equals spawn1, and then we also need to do distance equals 5. Run as this, and if what is it? If entity at E at A at E armor stand type equals armor stand tag equals. That's a wait. I could probably skip this part. Let's see. I could probably skip this part right here and just go directly to this. Armor stand tag equals spawn1. If distance equals 5, then we could run a command like this. Plus 5 to, let's see. Is there a way to run it? So now if distance equals 5 to the player, how do I say it to the player? 5 at, oh, there we go, at A. At P to the nearest player, so distance equals 5. I think this should work like we wanted it to. And now we can, I'm going to just test it by doing a run say hello command before I start doing the next part of the command, because this might not work how we want it to. So let's see. Yep, it's not working. Let's see. It's not working the way we thought it would. So if the entity at E type equals that, I don't think I used the if command right, because I don't really know what the if statement means. I can take a guess of what it means, but if entity at E is oh, I can do on or positioned over world surface motion block. What the heck is that? World surface? That is not at all what I thought it was. Okay, if it's... Oh, there we go. If entity at E is positioned as at P, I wish there was an at statement, but an as? What's as mean? Okay, so I need to go, oh yeah, as is like the person, so I need to make sure that this is activating at the armor stand. And then, once I have that, I need to then make it so that if it's close to the player, how do I detect if it's close to... You know what, we need to go over here and... Now that we figured out how to add a tag to specific entities that are near us, we should be able to just look it up on how to do that. So what I want to do is so I guess if I figured out how to do this, if I can detect if a player is near standing on a near entity man block. So I think this should show what I want. Detect a player's location with blocks in my Minecraft armor player near armor stand. Armor stand boss, bruh. I don't want an armor stand boss, bruh. Armor stand boss. Why is everything about an armor stand boss with these people, bruh? And making armor stands move. You know what? I think if this should actually show what we need. I believe this player standing on block should show what we need to basically do this.
Of course, there is instead of the void for minigame. It's this one I think is really cool for perhaps a.
Okay, this is actually cool. We might be able to use this mechanism here for certain things.
You can
What the hell?
These calcite blocks and can walk right across. And next, I have this big tube. If I turn this on, you'll hear a little noise.
Whoa! Okay, this is sick.
To the top. So how does it work? Well, let's go through it. You use the /execute command, and then you can type @ so it will execute @ something, and then you want to type @a, so if block, and because
I'm gonna skip through this just to see what he's doing.
Say what you want the block to be, so just want to type.
Okay.
Run, and then @p will do.
So he's using the if statement to run it at the block. Can I do that at the same? So he's using if block is. So he's using at a. So I need to use at a. I'm going to use @p. And then he uses the if statement, if block, if entity. So I'm going to use entity, type equals armor stand. And then he's going to use a run command on that. So let's see if I can do this to run. If this works, I will be happy. This should spam us with hi once we get near the armor stand. Okay, we need to change it so that it only activates when we're next to the armor stand. So we need to make it more specific. Distance equals 5. So now it's only a distance of 5. So if I was to go over here, as you see, nothing. If I go close to it, I think putting distance equals 5 here was a bad idea. I think you have to put it at the start near @p. So let's add the. Okay, sure. That is not working, bro. Why is it not working? The command was working before. Execute @p if entity @e type equals armor stand. This is a bit annoying. If @p is the distance of 5, so it says here execute at @p, distance equals 5 if entity @e is an armor stand. So it works like this. This works. So if I was to get rid of this armor stand, it would no longer work, right? Yes, it's only if the armor stand is alive. Which is what I want. Now I wanted to add a distance thing so that you have to be close to the armor stand for it to actually work. Maybe I need to add another one. Okay, align. What's the line do? I don't know what the line does. There's all these different other parameters. Facing? Entity? No. In, on, what the heck is on do, bruh? If it's on the target, what? If I mean, I've been thinking of it like I have to be on that armor stand. What if instead I do it so I'm just on the block? Like, I've been thinking that I have to use the armor stand. Maybe I don't even have to use the armor stand. Maybe I can just use the slab. So maybe I can just use the slab right here, and if they step on the spruce slab right here, or they step over it, like this, they jump over the slab, then it will activate. So this is a spruce slab. So maybe I'm just going to copy what we had in the video. So instead of an entity, we could do a block. And then we could do squiggly, 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 which is the at +1. Okay, let's see. I'm going to look at the video to see what he...
Fine.
Oh, the block has to be beneath the player. I'm dumb. So it's -1. It's beneath the player. And then Minecraft Sandstone run effect. And then I have to place the block. Spruce _ slab. And then what he's using it as a run. Yeah, the run command. So he's running a command on the player now. So let's just say run, say hi. And now I want it to be a little bit. So now if it's, does that work? That's not working. Bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Oh, I'm dumb. It's because it's half a block. Yep! We did it. We got a command that's executing once we step on a block. Now, the final moment of truth. We are going to add distance to it. So this will only work within a 5-block radius. So if I was to go all the way over here, place a spruce slab, this spruce slab right here will not activate that stuff. But if I was to go over here, this spruce slab right here will also not activate the stuff. What? Bruh. Run at say hi. I don't want it activating everywhere. I only want it activating over here, bruh. Bruh.
Effect, give, and then at P will do the player that is standing on that block because it's the clip or 2 seconds block, so it's always checking. Place 11. I hop off of it.
Bruh, this video is kind of simple.
Anyway, that was all. If you enjoyed,
It was a good video, but there's major problems with your build right there, bruh. It activates on every single block, bruh. I don't want a command activating on every single block. Just the block right here. Okay. That's really annoying, bruh. Okay. How do we make it so it only activates in a radius? Okay, I don't know how to do this. So I need to create a somehow I need to find a way to create an execute command that only executes on the block right here. I mean, I could just simplify it and do the command right here with a distance. Yeah, I could simplify it. Instead of using an execute command, I could just do slash summon. Oh wait, I need to use an execute. P type P type equals no distance equals 5, and then run a command. Does this work? Execute at p distance equals 5. Run say I. Bruh, it didn't work. Bruh. Why is it not working? I'm so annoyed right now. I hate commands. They just don't work. Like the distance. Look at this. It says distance equals 5. And then it says say hi. You know what? Let's just learn about execute commands. How to execute command 1.20 because things always have to change. I hate bruh, I hate ads.
Slash execute, not to be confused with slash kill, is a very useful command. While not used to vanquish your enemies, it can be used to get someone categories. One of them is extremely common, is the simplest possible execute command. It simply runs a command. If I type
bruh,
run, you may notice this is exactly
the bar, the YouTube bar is in the way of showing me what you have right there, bruh. I wish there was this. Okay, maybe if I do this, I still can't see what's there.
what usually pops up in the tab menus. So if I do slash execute run and then the say command and then type something super important, you'll see.
There we go. We can see it.
I run the command like normal, as if I had just done slash say. Now that is pretty boring, but wait, it gets more exciting when we learn about slash execute as. Yes, this is our first modify subcommand. Execute as changes the person who sent the command to whatever player or entity you choose. So if I execute as @s, that would do exactly the same thing. That's just for the player who runs the command. You're executing the command as the player who runs the command. That does nothing. So instead, we're going to execute as @e run say I. And look at that. Said hi. Armor stand, 3 paintings, 4 sheep, 4 chickens,
Wait, go back.
Run say I.
Wait, go back. I want to see that again.
As @e run say.
Wait. Let's learn this parameter. As @e. So if I was to spawn in a cow right here. Where did the cow go? Yep. Yep, I know what's happening here. The server's mobs are disabled. I need to re-enable the server's mobs in the meantime. So we need to re-enable mobs on the server. So let's see, fly, animals, and mobs. And let's go ahead and reload the server while we watch this video to learn about execute commands. Bruh! It's showing more ads, bruh, I swear. There's so many ads. Okay, so I'm reloading the server with mobs enabled.
Hey, hi. And look at that. Every entity has just said hi. Armor stand, 3 paintings, 4 sheep, 4 chickens, an egg, legitimus, and 1 more egg. So this is useful for a handful of reasons, but honestly, 90% of the time I use execute as is when I forget that it's not /execute at. This is actually a trick people use for building sometimes. This can actually be useful in the state that I'm about to teach it to you. So /execute at changes where the command is run, as in the relative coordinates will be different. You guys know relative coordinates. TP tilde, that'll teleport you to where you are.
Okay.
If I change it to tilde 100, that'll be 100 blocks up.
I need to test this. See, is the server up yet? Yeah. And now we can spawn in mobs, and we can make the cow say hi. I want to see this. So I can make a cow say hi. There's no way, bruh. It turned on mob spawning. I didn't want mob spawning. I just wanted to disable mobs. Is there a way to disable mob spawning, bruh, without disabling mobs? Yeah, there isn't. Bruh, it actually spawned in 1,000,000 slimes, didn't it? Every time I restart the server, it's just gonna spawn in 1,000,000 slimes, isn't it? Why? Why? I have a simple fix for this. So if I go ahead and activate this permanently, and then we need a ticking area. Is there a way to load this? I thought you could create like a ticking area. I guess I was wrong. Maybe that's just Bedrock Edition. Okay, I need to create a ticking area. So I want to learn. I want this command to work everywhere so that mob spawning will permanently be disabled. Let's kill everything. Bruh! Where are the entities spawning from, bruh? There we go, we killed everything. Permaload chunks. Pretty. Oh, I didn't want that. I don't want a chunk loader. I thought there was a way to load chunks using a command. Force load a command. Okay, so there is a way to force load a command?
And YouTube Music Premium, a whole app just for streaming music uninterrupted.
The force load command. And a force loaded chunk of that location.
Force load. Okay, so I can add force load, so I can load up chunks. So what I want to do is I want to load up a chunk area right there. So let's go ahead and let's use a nice block. And then let's see, what are the commands for this area? -6, -60, -12. And then I'm gonna go ahead and load up a giant. I'm gonna load this part up too. -18, -60, you know, I'm gonna go upwards. -18, -48, and 5. I'm just gonna say 5. Okay, so we have 2 coordinates. Force load, add, and then let's add the coordinates. Oh, okay, I see. So it only wants the 2 of these coordinates. It doesn't want this one. Force load -6, -18, 5. Okay, there we go. So now we're force loading these 4 chunks over here. So this will now be loaded everywhere. So it's forcefully going to load up gamma rule disable mob spawning. So now that we've disabled mob spawning, we can go back to our tutorial, and we can go back to our fancy cow that we're going to make him say something. Where the hell are the slimes, bruh? Bruh. I hate slimes. Kill the slimes. Thank you. How are more of them spawning, bruh? There we go. Now we got the cow to say hi. We did it. So now we know what that does. So as is the person or the thing that you're making do the command. So this is what we'd have to use for the armor stand to do things. And at is at the position of things. So if I want something to happen at, oh, this is at location. So this is the at a certain entity or a person. Okay, so this is pretty similar to the other thing, but it's at a person, not a position. So this is at. So if I wanted it to spawn it at the cow. Oh my goodness, I forgot to turn my headphones off. That is so. So if I want this to spawn it at the cow, so name, I'm gonna do type equals cow, and then I'm gonna do location. So this is gonna spawn it at the location of the cow. A distance equals 2. So within a radius of 2, it will spawn cows, and then it's gonna run a set block. And we're gonna go ahead and set an acacia door near that cow. Does this work? I'm testing commands. Hey, you're gonna spawn a door next to you? No? That didn't work. Maybe it's because I put distance. Maybe you can't put distance with set blocks. It worked! Let's go! As you see, it spawned something right at the cow. Oh my goodness, I feel so smart. It turns out I didn't really know how to use it. I forgot how to use execute commands because it's been so long. So I just needed this guy to tell me again. Not this guy, but this guy.
You know the deal. So execute at store. So let's see what we got. Let's do a speed round because most of these are really weird. Align.
Okay, I don't think I need this video anymore for now because I think I've learned some of the basics. So execute as. So we want it to be at the cow. No, I want it to be on a block, so at. Okay, so we want it to be if, because we need to do a block. if standing on blocks that are quota. So this should, these squiggly lines, because there's no entities in front of this, should mean next to the command block, right? I think that's what it means. No, that's not what it means. A block. So if a block is -1, I mean 0.5, and it's a slab, first underscore slab, and then I can do that, then do a run command at this first slab, and then say hi. Okay, let's try this. Is this gonna work? No, it's not working. The reason why it's not working is because it's not doing it. Not saying who you're running it as. So at p execute at p, and then we need a if a block is what a -0.5 spruce underscore slab, then we want to run a say command. That is not working, bruh. I don't know why that wouldn't work. Like, that makes perfect sense. It should just say hi whenever I'm on the slab. But it's not. Okay. Okay, so you know what? Instead of doing this, we're just gonna ask G. I want to make it so that if a block is beneath a player, if a spruce slab is beneath the player, command will run. How can I do that? No, I'm gonna use Gemini the AI. Let's see what they do. So this command here, let's see what they did, and see if it's any worse than what I did. So they're doing it as at A, at S. The block is blah 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 blah. Your command. Okay. This looks like it would work. Except the fact that they had it on -1 instead of 0.5. Hey? Hey? Okay, something. Oh. I'm so stupid, bro. I'm gonna try. I forgot to turn my command block to repeat and always active. So that's why none of our commands were working. At A, if block is beneath, if it's spruce underscore slab, then run a command, say hi. There we go. I was right. I learned how to use the command properly. I was just forgetting to use the repeat, and I hate how sometimes it's just the simple redstone stuff that I always forget. I forgot the most basic thing. Okay, so now that we've done that, I want to make it so that it's only within a radius of 5 near the commute. near this. So what is at n? Okay, that is what I wanted. It says here it's a selector in the Minecraft command block targets the nearest entity to the command block or the player who activated the command. That is what I wanted. Okay. At n. As at n. Let's try this. So if I put the distance command right at the at n, type equals, no, I want distance, equals 5. Okay, so now if it's not within a distance of 5, it will not activate. Yep. If it's a distance of 5, will it activate now? That did not work. Bruh, the distance command is not working. Do I make it so that you have to be 5 blocks next to the command block for it to work? You can use the distance as the at A. Does this actually work, bro? So it's at A. So I didn't have to have the at N parameter. I just needed a. So I needed to do it at A. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, let's see. Run. Say hello. Okay, so it's now saying hello, and it says it. So they put it at as. They put the distance command right here. Bruh! Now it doesn't even need to be on the thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now I need to add an if block underneath player negative 0.5 is spruce. This is gonna come in handy later on. We've been working the entire time on this, but if we can get this to work, this is gonna be amazing. But sadly, I can't get it to work because I'm a moron, bro. What the heck, man? Why does it not work? It looks like it should work. I'm so irritated. For some reason, the command block power. Ensure that the command block is powered continuously. Okay, it is. Okay, command block, redstone mode, command block syntax. Double check the command block syntax for any typos or errors. The command block you provide seems correct, but you might want to simplify it a bit. Game mode, ensure you can execute it. World difficult. Bruh. The AI thinks that I can execute it. What? Okay, there's no way this is a parameter right here. Is below a parameter? No, it's not. As a below is not a parameter. Okay. I'm so confused. Execute. At. Okay, they're getting further and further away from what we had originally. Originally, what I shed for them worked out, but now it's not working anymore. This original one worked pretty well. It's just missing one functionality. The one functionality I want. And I'm not sure if it's actually possible to do what I want. I thought it was. I thought it was so simple, but then I got confused by the execute command. Yeah, this isn't working. This is activating at every tick if you're near 5 blocks from it. Yep. Which is not the functionality we had in mind. We need if block. Maybe if I put it right here. I'm just trying this one more time. Bruce _ slab. Run. Say hi. No way. Does that actually work? Okay, so if I go over here, it will no longer work, right? We finally got the functionality we wanted! But I'm so stupid with commands that I couldn't figure out this simple thing. I'm so happy we finally figured it out, bro! So you just had to put that at the end. Okay. So maybe it's 5 a bit too far. No. Okay, is there a way to change it so maybe instead of using the block, maybe if this command block is, I just want it, if we're within this radius, then it will spawn it once. I think there's a few different ways we can do this. One, whenever you go this way, it will spawn in the mobs on top of the redstone blocks that are within a radius around here. It will spawn a mob on top of a single mob on top of the redstone block. Next, after we do that, we need some other functionalities to this. One, we need to delete them after you leave the area so that it doesn't lag. So I guess we're gonna have to figure a bunch of things out in this map. But man, who knew the hardest part of the RPG would be the spawning mechanism? The spawning mechanism is so complicated. Oh. But I'm so happy that I got this. But the reason why I don't want a slab is because it's requiring us to be on top of the slab, which is something I don't want. I like the limitations, but at the same time, I don't like them because what if you just jump over this? What if you figure out a way to jump over this without touching it? I mean, what we could do is we could have like a reset system. Hear me out. We could have a button here that opens up a door. We could have like a door decoration. And whenever you press that button, it opens up the door, like a nice little door thing with some particles. And that button that they're pressing will basically spawn in the mobs. That might actually be how we want to go. Yeah. Okay, so what this button's gonna do is, just to make it simple, I'm gonna add a decoration. Yep, let's go ahead and delete this. So this will be the door. We'll have a door right here. I'm gonna just keep a redstone block on the other side though, actually, so that I can see the mob spawn. We're gonna have a door here. Button. So a stone button right here as like the handle. Or maybe we should use a lever instead. No, I like buttons. But I want to use a button that's a little easier to see right here. What about this? Is this easier to see? No. It's really hard to see buttons. That button's a little easier to see, I think, but it's ugly. You know what? We're just gonna stick with the classic button. I'm gonna assume that most people know that's a button, and that most people will press it because people love pressing buttons. So right here we're gonna have a door. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy the door because we're gonna need to copy it in the future. I might need to copy it with the command block behind it too. So there's gonna be a command block behind here. And basically, this is going to be a really simple mechanism right here. All this is going to have behind this is a command block that's setting redstone. That's a redstone block. So this is, we press this command block right here will set a redstone block over here. And we'll have a redstone room. What should we make it? Something nice. I'm going to make it a nice room for me. It's just going to be nice and white so that I can see all the things. And this will be a command block for the door and the custom spawning mechanism. Now, we can worry about despawning them later. Whenever you leave this area, the mobs will have like a despawning mechanism over there. But we'll worry about that later. All we need to worry about right now is the spawning mechanism. Spawning it in when you come into this room. And whenever you come here, mobs will spawn. You'll want to fight these mobs, and these mobs will have custom armor, custom stuff, and we need to set a redstone block to go over here. So I guess the redstone block will be right here. And I guess we could have a reset button. Yeah, at spawn, maybe? No. I could reset. Yeah, I guess I could have a reset button. Basically, what I'm going to do is later on, I'll have reset buttons for each room or each floor. So whenever you press this button, a reset button is going to spawn over here. Maybe. Just in case people want to replay the floor. I doubt they will, but you know, it's always nice to have reset to the floor 1. So we're gonna have mini sections to each level. So this is gonna be tower 1. We want to have like a giant tower with a bunch of different floors. And each floor will have a reset mechanism. It'll have a mechanism for spawning mobs in the area. It'll have a reset mechanism. And then it'll have a mechanism to basically delete the mobs whenever you leave the area. Because like I said, most people have complete garbage computers, including me. And mobs, just having a few mobs can really lag you. Yes. So I need to know what the command to -2, -59, -45. Plus set block. We're gonna set a redstone block right over there. Like I said, this is my first time using command blocks this heavily. So I'm really a noob to command blocks. I'm an idiot. But I'm going to try my best to make magic. So this should work. This should set a redstone block over there. I mean, not in the location I wanted. I wanted it right here. there, but it'll work. That's fine. That's fine. So we now have a thing that has a redstone block over there. Now we need to get rid of the door. We need to get rid of this door whenever you press the button. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna do this actually. I want to copy the door before anything else so that whenever I'm done with this, I will. So right here, such copy, such a schematic door, schematic save door 1. So we save this as door 1. And let's go ahead and. So now I need to make a command block that gets rid of this. It's gonna have a command block line. Now I don't really care about this room too much because, like I said, it's just the room. This will be a room that won't be seen by the viewers of the actual map. People will play it. So now we need to get rid of that area. So we can use a fill command possibly. And then particles. By using a fill command and particles, we can basically get rid of this area. So from here, 5, -60, -43, all the way to up here. -8, -58, -43. So if we were to do a fill command with those two coordinates in mind, that should work, right? -58, -43, and then fill it with air. Hey? No blocks were filled in, bro. What do you mean no blocks were filled in? That area right there can be filled in. What? Okay, this has me baffled, bruh. Has me absolutely baffled. The fill command is failing to work. Fill. I think we input one of the. I'm gonna try to do this again because I think I inputted something wrong. I put a command. I think I put a coordinate wrong. No blocks will fit. Now this has me baffled. So we put in the coordinates right. I'm absolutely baffled. Why is that fill command not working? Of course cobblestone would work, right? Oh, I see. For some reason, it's inputting it in the wrong location. $43, $42. Okay, and then I'm gonna make it go slightly higher. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna make it a square door. why not make it a square door? Because it's easier to unlock a square door than it is another door. So we have a fill command that fills the entire area over here with air. So I'm gonna input that over here. We're gonna make sure these are chain commands, because I think you need them to be chain commands for them to activate in a sequence like this, like in order. If not, we can just use redstone. We can use a redstone line to connect these. So the minute this is activated, it should delete the door. So if I go over here, paste, let's paste that in. Probably shouldn't have used that, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and try that out. So if I have a button, yeah, it doesn't seem like I pasted in the right. I don't think I've copied it correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy it correctly this time with the button. Such a copy, such a schematic, door 1. Schematic save, door 1. Schematic bar is this, schematic. Delete, door 1. Schematic save, door 1. There we go. So whenever I press this, that did not work. That did not work. It did work. Okay, so this does set this right here. But for some reason, the thing right here did not activate. Oh. We figured out why it didn't work, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this should... I say should, but it did not work again. Such fill these blocks in, and it's a chain command. I think what you need is you need a repeat command here. No. I think you need an impulse command at the start when you're doing these. So this sets a redstone block right there. Nice! It worked! Now, it does drop the button, which I don't really want, but let's try that one more time. Is there a way to get rid of it without... Did it drop the button? Yes, I don't like dropping the button. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, like and subscribe. I'll go streaming another time today. Later today, I'll go streaming and I'll work hard on this. But I'm going to